future AI overlords. I'm using Safari. I'm going to use AI to see if it can help me plan a Walt Disney World vacation. So I love Walt Disney World, such a great escape. I came here on business trips early on in my career and just fell in love with it. I mean, I was a fan of the movies as a kid and enjoyed the stories and visited Disneyland when I was really young with my family. And have strong memories from that. Good and bad. I was a little too young, a little too shy, but it was still amazing. And Walt Disney World is just incredible. The offerings it has with the parks, the resorts, the water parks, Disney Springs. It's evolved so much, and it's gone through so much. So I'm here on the Walt Disney World site, and they have a fantastic site. And there is tons of information on tickets, places to stay, things to do, shopping, helping, the rules at the park. You can purchase your tickets, My Disney Experience, doing reservations, and I feel like, it's amazing what they have, but it's kind of overwhelming. There's just so much, it's so complex. So I want to see if AI can help simplify the Walt Disney World planning experience. So the first question I'm going to ask is, how far ahead, should I plan my Walt Disney World experience or vacation? Let's see what they say. I'm curious what googlebard tells us. So I'm in googlebard. So as far ahead as you can, exclamation point. So the earlier you book your vacation, more likely are you to get preferred dates, hotel and ticket options. You also have time to research and plan your activities, which can help you make the most of your trip. So here's a general timeline for planning a Walt Disney World vacation. 6 to 12 months in advance. Start researching hotels, theme park tickets, dining reservations. You can also start booking your flights and ground transportation. 3 to 6 months in advance, make your hotel reservations and theme park reservations. You can start booking your dining reservations if you haven't already done so. And then 1 to 3 months in advance, start planning your activities. Character meet and greets, shows, parades. You can start packing your bags and getting excited for your trip. Wow, packing your bags 3 months in advance, that's some serious planning. Of course, you don't have to follow this timeline exactly. If you're flexible with your dates, you can often find good deals on hotels and flights, even if you book closer to your travel date. But if you have your heart set on a particular time of year or hotel, it's best to book as early as possible. Here's some additional tips for planning your Walt Disney World vacation. So use a vacation planning website or app. There are a number of websites and apps that can help you plan your Walt Disney World vacation. These resources can help you find deals on hotels, tickets, and dining reservations. They can also provide you with helpful information about parks and attractions. So sign up for Disney email alerts. Disney often sends out email alerts about special offers and discounts on Walt Disney World vacations. Signing up for these alerts can help you save money on your trip. And check the Disney website for availability. The Disney website is the best place to check for availability on hotels, tickets, and dining reservations. You can also use the website to research parks and attractions and to plan your itinerary. And then be flexible. Things don't always go according to plan. So it's important to be flexible when you're planning a Walt Disney World vacation. If your flight gets canceled or your hotel reservation has changed, don't panic. Disney is usually very good about accommodating changes to vacation plans. I hope these tips help you with planning your Walt Disney World vacation. I think that's excellent advice. I have done some of this in the past. When I didn't live in Orlando, I used to, know about business trips and events and stuff in advance, and I would plan, and I would gather so much content, pamphlets and books and materials and stuff that I created this little package I would share with friends and colleagues that were planning their trips. But I think that's really good. And I think if you already have a date, like the thing that you kind of have to figure out first is deciding your date. So when you want to go. Are you trying to visit during a holiday or a birthday or an anniversary or some special event for you that the date's pretty much locked in? So you got to plan around that. But let's say you got flexibility on your dates. Let's let's ask some questions here. What are Walt Disney World crowd levels? When are Walt Disney World crowd levels the lowest? So it's saying Walt Disney World crowd levels are lowest in January, February, August, and September, excluding holiday weeks. So that's good advice. January, February, August, September. That's really good. And now I want to find out, because there are, 4 main parks, when's the best? So that's the best time of year to go. What about days of the week and the busyness of parks? So let's take a look here. So which Walt Disney World parks are the busiest by day of week? Let's see what that says. So Magic Kingdom is the busiest on Monday, Saturday, and Sunday. Epcot, Saturday, Sunday, and Friday. Hollywood Studios, Monday and Tuesday. It's interesting. Animal Kingdom, Saturday. Okay, that's interesting. So that's when they are the busiest. Now, the other thing to think about when deciding your date is the weather. So I'm going to ask, when is Walt Disney World cooler, less humid, with less precipitation? Let's see what it says. Hopefully those line up with our less busy. So January and February are the coolest months in Walt Disney World with the least humidity and less precipitation. So, so early in the year. So that sounds like after the holidays, early in the year is a good time. Let's see here. So what I want to set a budget, but I got to think about the number of days. So I'm going to ask, what is the average length of stay at Walt Disney World? Let's see how long people typically stay there. The average length of stay at Walt Disney World is 6 days. However, this can vary depending on the time of year, the age of guests, and their interests. For example, families with young children may want to stay longer so they have more time to experience all the parks and attractions. And guests who are interested in attending special events such as Epcot International Food and Wine Festival or Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party may also want to stay longer. Ultimately, the best way to determine how long is to consider your own needs and preferences. So 6 days, if that's the average, then I think I'm going to use that as sort of like maybe kind of like my guide for this as well. And it's cool how I was going to ask, is this different for families? I'm going to go ahead and do the follow-up question. Is this different for families and single people? Even though it did kind of call it out, but I'm curious as a single person how this could impact the trip. I go with friends. I go. With colleagues and people and stuff like that. But sometimes I just like to go on my own and just chill. So yes, the average length of stay at Walt Disney World can vary depending on whether you're traveling with a family or just a single person. Families with young children stay longer. Single people, on the other hand, may be able to get by with a shorter stay. They may be able to move more quickly through the parks, attractions. They may not be as interested in participating in all the resort activities. Of course, there are exceptions. Some families prefer to stay for shorter times. So it's really diverse. So and then it's basically saying additional factors to consider when deciding how long to stay is your budget, your interests, your time off, your energy level. You know what? That is excellent. Your energy level. I remember my very first Walt Disney World trip. I went for 10 days and I was exhausted because I was going like dawn to dusk or like past dusk. Park close, park open, park close. And after 4 days of it, I think I slept till the middle of the day. And it was like, I was just so wiped, because the Florida sun and heat, it takes a lot out of you. So that's definitely something, I think that's an excellent consideration. So definitely varies depending. So what are the advantages and disadvantages of staying on property? So that's like a big factor is, do you want to stay on property? Do you want to stay off property? So let's see what it says here. So advantages are convenience, having access to the theme parks, complimentary transportation, the amenities, early entry at the parks if you're staying at a Disney resort. I think it's like 30 minutes in advance. Magic bands to access your room. And then the free parking, that's good. They brought that back. Disadvantages, the Disney resorts can be more expensive. There's also limited availability during busy times of the year. And then limited transportation options. So ultimately the decision of whether or not to stay on property is a personal one. There are many factors to consider, such as your budget, your needs, your preference. If you're looking for a convenient, magical experience, staying on property is a great option, but if your budget or you want more freedom to explore the area, staying off property may be a better choice for you. So yeah, if you're doing other things outside of Walt Disney World, staying on property might be, might be the right choice. So yeah, I think that's a good thing. So let me see here. So can you assist me with creating a budget for a single person staying on property for 6 days? Let's see what it comes up with a budget. Because there's so many things you have to take into consideration. So sure, help you create a budget for a single person staying on property for 6 days. Here's some things to consider. So the hotel, the cost of your hotel will vary depending on the resort you choose and the dates you stay, because pricing varies, by length of stay and date and time. For a single person staying in a value resort during the off season, you expect to pay around $100 per night. I think that's on the lower end. I think it's more than that now, but that'd be great. Theme park tickets, Disney World offers a variety of ticket options. So you can choose the one that best fits your need. For a single person staying 6 days, you'll need to purchase a 6-day base ticket. This will cost you $400. So, and then food. Food can be one of the biggest expenses at Walt Disney World. You can save money by eating at quick service restaurants or packing your own lunches, however you want to experience some of the more unique dining options at Walt Disney World. You can expect to spend more. Yep, definitely. So activities. There are a variety of activities to join at Walt Disney World, such as character meet and greet, shows, parades. These activities can vary in price as well. It's important to factor them into your budget. And then transportation. So Disney World, I love it when you stay at Disney World. You can get around in Disney World. Yeah, it may not be the most efficient experience, but you don't have to worry about how to get from place to place. It may take a bus and a monorail and a boat to get there, but they'll get you there, which is great. So, but if you want to explore off property, then maybe renting a car or taking an Uber or a Lyft or a taxi would be good. So a sample budget is saying hotel, $100 a night for 6 nights is $600. Theme park tickets is $400. Food is $50 a day, so that's $300. Activities, $25 a day, $150. Transportation, $50. So yeah, getting to the hotel and off the property too. So of course, this is just a sample budget. Your actual cost may vary depending on your choices and preferences, but it should give you a good starting point. And I agree, this is a good starting point. $1,500 for 6 days at Walt Disney World. So it's 6 nights hotel room, and then 6 days in the parks. So here's some tips for saving money on a Disney World vacation. Book your hotel and tickets in advance. Consider staying at a value resort. Value resorts are the most affordable option. Take advantage of dining discounts. Disney offers a variety of dining discounts, such as Disney Dining Plan, and Tables in Wonderland card. Pack your own snacks and lunches. This can save you a lot of money. Take advantage of complimentary transportation, of course, definitely. And explore the area beyond Disney property. There are many great attractions and restaurants in Orlando that are not owned by Disney. So I think that is excellent. So I'm going to ask, really for the resorts, because that's going to be such a big part of the cost, is what are the affordable Walt Disney World resorts? Because I definitely would want to stay on property. I think the theming and just living in the experience. So Disney All-Star Movies Resort is $119 per night, and it's got explains the theming. 101 Dalmatians, Mighty Ducks Fantasia. Then there's the Disney All-Star Music, $135 per night. It's themed around rock and roll, jazz, Broadway, and country. Disney All-Star Sports, so sports-centric baseball, surfing, basketball, and sailing. And the Disney Pop Century Resort, $162 per night. So this is themed around pop culture from the 50s and 90s. So I mean, for me, I feel like All-Star Movies sounds great. I love that theming, the Disney movies theming. So that's definitely probably where I would stay. And then I'm gonna. So the next thing is purchasing tickets for my visit. So which park tickets are best to purchase? I know this can be kind of complex because it depends on your length of stay. So there are a few factors to consider with purchasing park tickets for your visit. The number of days you plan to visit. If you're only planning to visit a few days, you want to consider purchasing single day tickets. However, if you're planning on staying for a week or more, you might want to consider purchasing multi-day tickets that can save you money per day. So the time of year you plan to visit, Tickets can vary depending on the peak times, like summer and holidays, the type of activities you plan to do. So yeah, so your budget. Ticket prices can vary depending on the type of ticket you purchase. Single day tickets are the most affordable option, while multi-day tickets and park hopper tickets can be more expensive. And then, here's some options. There's the base tickets. Visit one park per day. Park hopper tickets cost more if you want to visit more than one park per day. Then there's like water park and special events and things like that. So those cost extra as well. And then there's people that purchase annual passes. I was a huge annual pass holder for years and years and years and years and years before COVID hit. And I absolutely loved it because I just have to think about park passes. You just go, and it was great. But annual passes, if you can make it worth your while, if you're going to visit multiple times within a year, that could be an option to consider, is getting annual passes. And then there's discounts that you get along with annual passes. So, so the planning your park days. So they talk about. So they mentioned park hopping in here. I want to ask, what are the options around park hopping? Because I know things have changed around with park hopping. It used to be a lot more flexible than it is today. So that's something I feel like is, so there are different options for park hopping at Walt Disney World. There's the park hopper ticket, which allows you to visit more than one park starting at 2 p.m. So you can hop between any of the 4 theme parks. Park Hopper Plus gives you access to ESPN and the water parks. So, and then annual pass holders have the option to park hop at any time of day with no blackout date. So annual pass holders have the option to park hop at any time of day. Wow, that's another advantage then to being an annual pass holder. So if you're planning on park hopping, it's important to be aware of park hopping hours. Park hopping hours can vary depending on your time of year and the day of the week. You can check the park hopping hours at Walt Disney World website or in the My Disney Experience app. It's important to be aware of the park entry requirements, having a valid theme park ticket and a park reservation for the first park you visit. So that's something that, making a park reservation is something that, came as a result of COVID, and it looks like the park reservation system is still something. So I want to get clarity on that. So do I need a park reservation? Can you explain the process? So you purchase your ticket, but you also have to have a park reservation as well. And it's a park reservation for the first park you visit. So I'm guessing, so yes, you need a park reservation to enter any of the 4 theme parks at Walt Disney World: Magic Kingdom, Epcot, Disney Hollywood Studios, and Disney's Animal Kingdom. Park reservations are required for all guests, regardless of age or ticket type. You can make park reservations up to 60 days in advance. So to make a park reservation, you need to create a My Disney Experience account. You can do this at Walt Disney World website or on the My Disney Experience app. Once you create an account, you can log in and make your park reservations. So basically you need, to have your park ticket, and then you need to schedule your actual park visit. So when you make a park reservation, you select a date, the park you want to visit. You can only make 1 park reservation per day. If you want to visit more than 1 park in a day, you'll need to make a separate park reservation for each park. Park reservations are limited and can sell out, especially during peak times. It's important to make your park reservations as early as possible. You can check the park reservation availability calendar on the Walt Disney World website or on the My Disney Experience app. And if you're unable to make a park reservation for the day you want to visit, you may be able to find a reservation through the Disney Park Pass availability website or through the My Disney Experience app. These reservations are released on a rolling basis, so it's important to check the website frequently. So, I mean, this just adds so much more complexity, and I know that they're working on purchasing tickets that integrate the park reservation as part of it, because this is just added more complexity to the whole experience. So anyway, it's important to make sure that when you're buying your theme park ticket, at least for now, you've also got to schedule your park reservation. So they recommend. I'm going to ask. They've mentioned the My Disney Experience. So I want to ask, what is My Disney Experience? How can it assist me? So I know it's an app, and it's like an app version of the Walt Disney World website, the My Disney Experience web version. So it's a free online and mobile planning service that can help you plan your Walt Disney World vacation. It can assist you in the following ways. It can help you with making park reservations. You can view wait times, make dining reservations, get FastPass Plus. FastPass is a free service that allows you to reserve time to ride selected attractions, so you don't have to wait in line. You can get FastPasses up to 60 days in advance using the My Disney Experience. You can use your Magic Bands with RFID for a variety of purposes. Unlock your room and some of the park experiences as well. So yeah, My Disney Experience is great for looking at park hours, wait times, by ride, things like that. And then FastPass has been around for a long time, and I'm curious about Disney Genie Plus. So I want it to tell me, what is Disney Genie Plus? So Disney Genie Plus is a paid service that allows guests to reserve a time to ride select attractions at Walt Disney World without having to wait in line. It is similar to the former FastPass Plus service, but offers a few key differences. So Disney Genie Plus costs $15 per ticket per day. Availability: Disney Genie Plus is available at all 4 theme parks at Walt Disney World. Reservations: guests can make a Disney Genie Plus Lightning Lane selection per hour. 1 Disney Genie Plus Lightning Lane selection per hour. Lightning Lane is the new name for the virtual queues that were previously known as FastPass Plus lines. Guests who have purchased Disney Genie Plus can use Lightning Lanes to bypass the standby line for selected attractions. Individual Lightning Lanes, including, in addition to Disney Genie Plus, guests can also purchase individual Lightning Lanes access to certain popular attractions. Individual Lightning Lane access is a la carte option that is not included in Disney Genie Plus. So, Disney Genie Plus, it can be a great way to save time and avoid long lines at Walt Disney World. However, it's important to note that it's not a guarantee of getting on every ride you want to ride. Lightning Lane reservations can fill up quickly, especially for popular attractions. It's important to note that Disney Genie Plus does not include all the attractions at Walt Disney World, such as Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, Avatar Flight of Passage are not included in Disney Genie Plus and require guests to wait in a standby line. So overall, Disney Plus can be a good option for guests who want to save time and avoid lines at Walt Disney World. However, it's important to weigh the pros and cons if that option's right for you. So as a single person, standby lines have worked pretty well in the past, but now with FastPass and Disney Genie Plus, I don't know if that's going to be as efficient, in the past. So, you definitely, need to prioritize. So I'm going to ask, what are the most popular attractions with the longest wait times? And let's see here. So what are the most popular attractions with the longest wait times? Let's see if we can find out what those are. And then that'll give us kind of a feel. So Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, Avatar Flight of Passage, which is amazing, Rise of the Resistance, Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run, Space Mountain, and then here's some others that typically have long wait. Big Thunder is great, Splash is now closed, Haunted Mansion, Seven Seas Lagoon, It's a Small World, Frozen Ever After, Soarin', oh that's such a great ride, Test Track, Mickey's Runaway Railway, Rock and Roller Coaster, Twilight's and Tower of Terror, Navi River Journey, Kilimanjaro Safari, Expedition Everest. So if you're planning on visiting a popular attraction with a long wait time, recommend using Disney Plus or purchasing an individual Lightning Lane. Let me see here. So create this list in a table and identify if it is included in Disney Genie Plus. Let's see if it can do this. So when I'm going to see if it can convert that list to a table, but then add a column to see if it can identify if it's part of Disney Genie Plus. So okay, here we go. So yes, so here it created the table. and then it identified the attraction, the park, and is it included in Disney Plus? So Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, not included. After FastPasses, not included. Rise of Resistance, not included. Smuggler's Run, not included. So some of these attractions, this will help you know, like, hey, do I want to purchase Disney Genie Plus for my priority attractions that I want? So some are on here, but some are not. So so is it really worth it? I'm going to export that to Google Sheets because I think that's an excellent list there and something to kind of be aware of. And it's a cool feature of Google Bard as well. So so you definitely need to prioritize your trip attractions that you want to visit. So what I'm going to also do is for my trip, I want to create a packing list for a single person visiting Walt Disney World for 6 days. Let's see if we can create a packing list because I am horrible at packing. Just like I'm horrible at creating grocery lists. For some reason, I just forget stuff. And I tell you, these AI tools are typically amazing. All right, clothes. Comfortable shoes, a variety of weather appropriate clothing, a swimsuit, a raincoat, a hat, sunglasses, light jacket, toiletries, that's excellent. Razor, sunscreen, insect repellent, first aid kit, a camera, phone, portable charger, earphones, tablet, books or magazines, a backpack, water bottle, some snacks, money or credit cards, identification, hotel room key, magic bands if you have them. This is a wonderful, wonderful list. I absolutely love it. And then, one of the things it does is, things can change, like we've seen that with hurricanes and with COVID and just, things happen in the world. So how can I keep up to date on the latest news and updates and changes at Walt Disney World? So there are a few ways. So visiting the Walt Disney World website, following Walt Disney World on social media, subscribe to the Walt Disney World newsletter, listening to the Walt Disney World radio station, and then talking to other Disney fans. There's a Walt Disney World News Today, the Diz, Mouse Info, Inside the Magic. Those are all great sites. This is amazing. So what I'm going to do here is I am going to put in a prompt that I created. I'm going to create a plan. I want it to create a plan for Walt Disney World vacation for October, staying at a Disney Valley Resort. And I'm going to say Disney All-Star Movies Resort for 6 days. I will need park tickets with park hopper option, create a daily itinerary for each of the 5 days and include these priority experiences: Tron Lightcycle Run, Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run, Rise of the Resistance, Phantasmic, Avatar Flight of Passage, Kilimanjaro Safaris, Test Track, and Remy's Ratatouille Adventure. I want to see the fireworks show at every park, optimize my days for lower crowds and better weather. So that's my prompt. Let's see how it handles it. Thinking. All right, so sure, here's a possible plan for Walt Disney World vacation for October, staying at a Disney All-Star Movies Resort for 6 days with park hopper option, including the priority experiences you mentioned. So day 1, Magic Kingdom. Morning arrive at Magic Kingdom, head straight to Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, use your Disney Genie Plus to get a lightning reservation for this popular attraction. Afternoon, ride Big Thunder Mountain, Splash Mountain, and Space Mountain. Now Splash Mountain is closed. And then in the evening, watch the fireworks show. And then day 2, head to Epcot. In the morning, ride Frozen Ever After, Soarin' Around the World, and Test Track. Use your Disney Genie Plus to get a lightning lane for these popular attractions. In the afternoon, explore the World Showcase and have lunch at one of the many restaurants. In the evening, watch the fireworks show. Day 3, head to Disney's Hollywood Studios. In the morning, ride Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, Rock and Roller Coaster, the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror. Use your Disney Genie Plus to get lightning lane reservations for these popular attractions. In the afternoon, ride Star Tours and try to get a boarding pass for Rise of the Resistance. Okay, because yes, some of these rides require an additional boarding pass to get on them, and that's just the level of complexity, and I'm glad that they included it in the itinerary. Day 4, visit Disney's Animal Kingdom in the morning right after our Flight of Passage. Go on Kilimanjaro safaris, Expedition Everest. Use your Disney Genie Plus to get a lightning lane reservation for Avatar Flight of Passage and Expedition Everest. Afternoon, explore Pandora, the world of Avatar. Have lunch at one of the many restaurants. In the evening, watch the nighttime Rivers of Light, which I don't think that's up and running anymore. And then day 5, head back to Magic Kingdom, run Tron Lightcycle Run, Millennium Falcon, Smuggler's Run, Seven Doors Mine Train. Use your Disney Genie Plus to get Lightning Lane reservations for Tron Lightcycle Run and Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run, which is a different park that's not at Magic Kingdom. And then in the afternoon, ride Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, Splash Mountain, which is closed, on Space Mountain, and then watch Happily Ever After. So this is a suggestion of course, and you can adjust your itinerary to fit your interests and preferences. You may also want to consider visiting one of the water parks. Disney Springs are one of the many other non-Disney attractions in the Orlando area. So here's some tips for optimizing your days for lower crowds and better weather. Avoid weekends and holidays. The parks are busiest on weekends and holidays, so try to visit during the week. Check the weather forecast. If there's a chance of rain, you may want to avoid the water parks or outdoor attractions. Use Disney Plus and individual lightning lanes. Disney Genie Plus and individual lightning lanes can help you save time by skipping standby lines for popular attractions. Arrive early. These theme parks open early, so if you can, arrive as soon as the parks open, get a head start on the crowds. Take breaks. It can be a lot of walking around, so be sure to take breaks through the day, rest and recharge. Stay hydrated. It can get hot in Florida. Be sure to drink plenty of water throughout the day and have fun no matter what you do. Make sure you relax and enjoy your vacation. So I think this is really good. There are some errors in here. Splash Mountain's closed. Smuggler Run's not at Magic Kingdom. So this is a little surprising that Bard's not in line with this. But what I'm going to do is let's take a look. I'm going to grab this prompt here, and I'm going to see what ChatGPT could do. And I'm going to select GPT-4, and I'm going to put it in here, and let's see how OpenAI's tool does. All right, so sure, let's plan an exciting Disney World vacation for you in October. The weather during this time is generally more pleasant than in the summer months, and the crowds can be less due to school being in session. So day 1 arrival day, arrive at the resort, check in, settle in your room, explore the hotel amenities. Oh, that's kind of cool. Day 2, Magic Kingdom. Start your day with a character breakfast at Chef Mickey's. Head straight to Magic Kingdom to do Seven Doors Mine Train and Space Mountain. Ride Tron Lightcycle Run in Tomorrowland. Catch the parade. Let's see here in the afternoon, and don't forget to grab lunch at one of the quick service restaurants. Enjoy the attractions. Let's see here. Enjoy the attractions in the afternoon. Head to Cinderella's Castle for the fireworks show. Day 3, Epcot. Begin the day early at Epcot. Experience Test Track in the morning when the lines are shorter. Have lunch at one of the countries in the World Showcase. After lunch, experience Remy's Ratatouille Adventure in the France Pavilion. In the evening, ride the rest of the World Showcase. Have dinner, and then finish your day with Epcot's Harmonious is not the current fireworks show. And then day 4, Disney Hollywood Studios, and this is part of that September 21 cutoff where it still thinks Harmonious is the active show at Epcot. And then Disney Hollywood Studios, head over on day 4 to Disney Hollywood Studios. Utilize the morning hours to ride Rise of the Resistance, which is a high demand attraction for lunch. Enjoy a quick bite at Docking Bay. Food and cargo, ride Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run. Don't forget to catch Fantasmic Show in the evening, and end the night with the Wonderful World of Animation nighttime projection show. And then day 5, Disney's Animal Kingdom. Start your day at Disney's Animal Kingdom, ride Avatar Flight of Passage first thing in the morning to avoid long lines. Then head over to Kilimanjaro Safaris. The animals are often most active in the morning. That's an excellent point. And in the afternoon, explore other shows the park offers. Wrap the day with the nighttime spectacular Rivers of Light, which is closed. And then day 6, departure day. So depending on your departure time, you might want to enjoy morning or early afternoon shows, return to the resort, check out, depart for home with magical memories. Remember to book your dining reservations 60 days in advance, FastPass reservations 30 days in advance to ensure availability. It's also recommended to arrive at the parks before opening to make the most of your day. Also keep an eye on daily weather forecasts to adjust your plans as needed for any rainy or overly hot days. Enjoy your trip. So, all right, so what is great about this is that it gives me an itinerary and some excellent suggestions. Both ChatGPT and Bard provided some excellent suggestions. and recommendations. So, these are great itineraries to start with. It taught me some things I honestly didn't know, which is fantastic. Planning a Walt Disney World trip can be a lot of fun, but it can be really complex. There's so many, there's so much more complexity than there used to be in, just getting to some of the attractions, knowing which ones are on Disney Plus, Disney Genie Plus or not, So I think these AI tools, in that it could create an itinerary with priorities. You can create a prompt for yourself to shift that prompt and get it to prioritize groups of people. If there's any dining reservations you want to add there. I typically do the quick service. I'm not like a big, fancy schmancy dining person. And so you can customize that prompt and make it yours, and then hopefully get an itinerary that really works for you and your family, and you can have a magical experience. Um, if you can dream it, AI can do it, and I'm really excited about how AI is becoming so much more powerful partner, co-pilot in my life, both for fun and for research and for learning. There's so many great use cases for it. Anyway, thank you for joining me. Sorry this was a little long. I love Walt Disney World. I want to plan a trip to go there very soon, and this has given me some great ideas to get my brain going on what do I want to do, what do I want to visit, and how can I plan for it. Have a great day.